Thank you for purchasing this 1972 Nishijin Pachinko machine. This quick start guide will show you how to set it up and play. Attach some boards to the bottom of your machine so it can be stabilized so it can play right out of the box. If you want to put it in a cabinet later, you can do that. Look at a couple things that you need to do first when you set up your machine. One, you'll want to lock the ball drain. Kind of zooming in on the area. There's a little metal part that has a little black arrow written on it. Basically right now this is in the unlocked position. You'll want to push this over to the right so that it engages with that notch and is locked. Okay, now it's locked. The most common problem with Pachinko machines is the one ball seesaw in the wrong position. So right behind that clear window is a white piece of plastic. It's a rectangular with a couple balls in it, and it pivots up and down to regulate getting jackpots. Right now it's in the down position, so if you get jackpots they'll back up in your machine. You won't get any payouts. So we need to reset it into the proper position by pushing up on this little pin here. It's kind of loose, and just push it, and now it's reset. So if you ever get a jackpot and it doesn't pay out, you should stop right then. Make sure that this is reset. Make sure that your machine is full of balls. A metal part with a weight right here that pivots, just fold it over towards the left like this. That's the proper position. Now we can connect the battery. So when I connect the battery, a light will come on here. This light is telling me that your machine is low on balls and you need to add more balls to the supply tray. Let's take a look at the front and see what that looks like. So the light is over here on the side. If this light ever comes on while you're playing, you need to stop what you're doing and fill the supply tray up and back. Another indicator that you need to fill up your machine with balls is in the play tray door window. So right inside of here, there's a little sign. You can see a round sign with a shield on it. When that sign pops down, that's telling you you need to add more balls. Also, when that sign pops down, there's a metal lever back behind here that as the balls flow from here into the shooter lane, that metal lever drops down and blocks the flow of balls. So once that sign drops down, you can probably only shoot about 6 or 8 more times with the balls that are inside the assembly, and once that's done, no matter how many balls are here, you won't be able to play until you refill your tray and back. As you add balls to the tray, that sign will lift up. Okay, we'll go ahead and load some balls into the play tray here. When we load balls into the supply tray, they'll run down this track, go around this turn, come across here and enter into the jackpot assembly. And when they do, when this is filled up, then the light will stay out. There's a switch right here, and that controls the light. So once I put weight here, it turns the light off. Okay, you pour most of the balls up here. You want to leave a few in the bucket. That way when the balls drop into the bottom, they don't bounce out as easy. Okay, so we just put the bucket in the bottom, in between the black lines. Basically you need to catch the balls that fall out of this chute and the balls that fall out of this chute. Okay, a little bit about your machine. So when you play, by pulling down this flipper, a ball will shoot up this lane here, it'll come all the way across, and it can hit a rebound bumper here and it can bounce back into play. It'll ping off the nails, and these round circles are spinners and they just spin and redirect the ball. The object of the game is to try and get the ball in one of the tulips or any of these pockets or inside this main attraction. When you get a ball in there, a light will flash here and you'll get a payout of some balls. So the first time you load the machine and pull down the flipper, nothing's happening because it's loading a ball into the shooter lane. And actually, I see also got a jam. Normally you would see balls through this window, so I'm going to loosen the jam down. You just take your finger and pull back. Now balls are rolling in. Ah, great, first shot. We got a ball to go into this tulip, and we got to pay out balls. Now normally, with these two side tulips, they're either open, a ball goes in, they close. When they're closed, a ball goes in, they open. This one's special. It has a double hit feature, so the first time the ball goes in, it stays open, Next time the ball goes in, then it shuts. So it's open, open, close instead of open, close. If you get a ball to come in here and these are closed, it can open up the side tulips. Now when you want to play, you want to aim for the open tulips if there are any. So to get a ball to drop over on this side, you're going to pull down the flipper part way. Okay. That wasn't hard enough. And so it rolled up and then it rolled back down into the receiving tray here. So I'll try a little bit harder. And I was able to get a ball to go into this tulip. So depending on how far down you pull the flipper, that's how far the ball will shoot across the play field. Now, for people who are new to Pachinko, they may not know how to play, they may come over here and they put their whole hand on the flipper and they let go real slowly. If you let go slowly, there's not enough power to launch the ball on the play field. So you've got a ball sitting in the shooter lane right now. So if I do that again, nothing's going to happen. Now I got 2 balls there. So the third time I do it, I got 3. Now I'm going to try and shoot. And there wasn't enough enough power to launch the weight of all those balls onto the play field. So you want to make sure that you quickly release. That way it launches the balls. Now when this tray gets really full, a couple things will happen. One, if it's real full, the balls will, when you get a jackpot, instead of coming here, they'll roll down into your receiving tray. So that's an indication that you need to empty this tray. And the way to empty this tray is there's a white lever here. You're going to slide that over to the left. And when you do, the balls will roll from here into here. Then you can scoop them out, put them in your bucket, and refill your supply tray and back. Sometimes there's so many balls here that the weight of them causes them to jam and not roll in like I showed you earlier. So what you do is you just take your finger, push them back, and release the jam. That's how you get the balls out of here. Let's turn the machine around, take a look at the back, and watch a jackpot in action. Okay, when you get a ball into one of those pockets, what's going to happen is they'll enter that white seesaw. When they do, that white seesaw will tip down, then the ball will roll, and it'll enter in that long, that vertical chute right there. A little blurry. There's a little metal, what I like to call is the shovel, this little arm here, it goes right here. It'll catch the ball, and then that'll pivot down. And as that pivots down, that arm goes through the side, behind those plastics, comes all the way across, and then it's going to push up on that rod. And that rod is connected to some linkage up here. That linkage will pivot, and then it will pivot that white arm. And when that white arm pivots, then all the balls will drop from the jackpot assembly. They'll drop down, hit a plate, then hit this white arm here. That white arm will pivot down, and when it pivots, the balls will drop into that brown housing, hit a bell, and go out to your play tray. Now, when this is really full, when your play tray is full, the balls will back up, and instead of going here, they'll come down, drop, hit this bell, and go to your receiving tray. So I'll zoom out, and we'll see that in action. Now we'll see when it backs up and falls to the other bell. So that's all for this quick start guide. I'll do another video and show you some other features about your machine. We'll also include a DVD that has several hours of information about how to troubleshoot and maintain your Pachinko machine. Thanks again for your purchase, and we sure hope you enjoy your machine.